Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku, and we also had, well, the Bat Family. Now, Deku, he was rescued by the League of Assassins. Rose, Lady Shiva, Talia, and Deathstroke, along with a few assassins, came to rescue Deku. And Deku, he broke free, stole a bat suit, and got into a fight with Bruce. Where Deku, he showed off his anger. He showed off his rage. And Bruce, his age may have been affecting him during their battle. Because Bruce was taken down, and Deku, he was injected with an experimental cure for his Lazarus madness. And Deku, he felt different. His mind felt more focused, more clear. Yes, he still felt pissed off, but there was something different about his rage. And Deku, he felt better though. To him, he has already gotten his revenge. He's already fulfilled what he came back from the dead to do. The Joker's dead, he has a bat suit, and he is, well, gonna show Bruce what he is. What Batman should be. Bruce doesn't kill, and that's where Deku has a mistake with him. He feels where there should be a line to cross. Now, Deku, whenever he was done getting chewed out by Ra's al Ghul, he went back to his room, where Rose Wilson, she wanted to be compensated for her part in his freedom. Now, Deku did agree, and him and Rose did spend the night together. Now, we do actually have Deku. Deku right now, he feels like he's floating. He feels different. He feels like he's floating in water. But it doesn't feel bad. It feels warm, comforting. He feels a sense of peace, a calmness. And then Deku is going to open his eyes, slowly but surely. And he actually is going to somewhat bring his hand up and off of Rose. Him going to somewhat wipe away the sleep from his face. As Deku, he does get to focus and look around. Him turning and sitting up. That was the best night's sleep he's ever had. And that does say quite a bit. Ugh, last time he... Ugh, shit. Last time he slept that hard, he was, what was it, dead? Or no. No, it was the time, it was that one Christmas. Ate so many sweets he almost went to a coma. He remembers that year. It was a better time. But, damn it, his head feels so weird. Okay. Let's see. Deku looking over, as Rose is still asleep. And Deku, he doesn't really think about what to do. Her going to move around and shift. As Deku, he does stand up and go to use the bathroom. Him going to sit back down and lay down. Him just trying to realize what's going on. Try to focus. Okay, so Rose wants to spend the day with him. The whole day. So, let's see. What can they do to get away from Talia? Talia, she's an expert. She does things, she knows things, she can track people down and find out where they are due to information. There's an idea. That being on Deku's mind. And there is where Rose just gonna roll over. Her going to reach her hand out and onto Deku. As she actually does, gonna stir awake. Her going to sit up and look at Deku with a smile on her face. And Deku is going to stare at Rose, as she does going to at least ask him how he slept. Fine. Actually, pretty good. That's good. So, a whole day together. No Talia. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Probably not. But then again, I do have a few ideas. Good. We're gonna jump up and climb over Deku. As she is going to express to him, the whole day is going to be theirs. And it starts with a shower. As she's going to pull Deku up to his feet. Now, we do actually have about, let's say, maybe 2 hours later, where Deku and Rose, they took their shower, and they went to leave. It took them a bit of time, but hey, they were able to come to an agreement as to what to do. And Rose, yeah, all she really wanted was one day and no Talia. Those were the rules, and Deku he does provide. And we do actually have out in the middle of nowhere, where Deku, he found a spot and decided to settle down. And right now, him and Rose, they do sit in the wilderness. The two, they've started to do quite a bit. It's a lot like war games. That'd be what Deku does think. Him currently running through the forest. The League of Assassins, they do quite a bit, but they also do hold competitions, seeing who can survive out in the wilderness, seeing who can conquer the elements. It's one of the best things you can do as an assassin. There are tales in the old days about what assassins would do, what men would do, when they need to survive. And many of these tales, they are written down in history. Many are believed to have been true, and others, they are left up to speculation. However, Deku right now leaping to another tree branch, him stepping onto it as he's going to take another leap. Him thinking, okay, so hunting, hunting, hunting. Who can catch the bigger game? Let's see. This region has elk, right? No, no. He's more likely to encounter a moose around here. So where should he go? Right. That being on Deku's mind, as he does going to leap to another tree, and then going to take a bit of a break. Him going to sit down, as he does going to pull his bow out from behind his back. And right now, Deku, he does going to sit there. He needs to be ready. He needs to have a few things, well, prepared. And he needs to make sure his hunt doesn't get ruined. But being out here, it's peaceful. I mean, time to reflect. And Deku, he does try to reflect on the time he was with the Joker. He tries to reflect on his time with Batman and how things were. And he ventures to think about a few of the things that he's done. It's certainly a lot, right? I mean, him being the Red Hood, he didn't believe in killing. But then, the Joker, he was the most extreme case about it. The most extreme reason. The only answer would be to kill him. Because he doesn't care. He'll leave bodies in his wake to piss you off. He'll try to antagonize you. He wanted to die. He wanted someone to just kill him someday. And now it finally happened. That on Deku's mind. And he does remember what Barbara told him about the Joker. It does make him feel mad. But then Deku, he doesn't hear the voices. And it does surprise him. He's finally conquered them. Huh. Okay, that's good. But it also does worry him. Deku going to see something walk into view. And he does get a stare directly at it. Him going to pull back his bow as he does it to take aim. And we do currently have over somebody else. As they do going to let go of a device. And it is going to fall down towards the ground. And we will actually cut back over to Gotham. Where Bruce, he does go running towards a window. Him smashing through it and then going to dive. Him going to land onto a trash can as the building does explode. And Bruce Wayne does going to fall down onto the ground. Him thinking about what exactly happened. It doesn't make sense. Bruce going to get back onto his feet. and somewhat wince in pain. He shouldn't be. Huh. Of course, of course, of course. Now, Bruce, he's annoyed. It shouldn't be possible. Someone's taking on his mantle. He can't have returned. That on Bruce's mind. Currently, Bruce, he's trying to take down a warehouse full of the Joker gang. A gang of people who popped up when the Joker died. Many of them are trying to take on the mantle. And it's actually been sort of strange. Bodies popped up. At first, no one believed what they were. They looked to be fakes. They were all painted white. And then their smiles. Unnatural. Joker toxin. But then there was whenever the bodies popped up, and it wasn't paint. It was, well, identical to the Joker. And Bruce? He's still trying to piece this together. Harley Quinn is involved. He knows it. And Bruce? Yeah. He currently does go walking out of the back door. As he does go to have his car come driving up and stop in front of him. The door opening as Bruce is going to step inside. And I'm going to turn and enter a few things. He goes to call up, well, oh god, what is his name? Lucius Fox. There we go. And he does want him to analyze something for him. He wants to know if the chemical plant is still up and running. He wants to know exactly why people are trying to become the Joker. He was a force, no, an element of chaos. He was the very definition. He was a cruel and evil person. So why would someone try to become him? The depths of madness the Joker would go to, the length he would go to. It tells you everything you need to know. He is a psychopath without restraint. He is evil. And Lucius, he does is trying to give chemical analysis back to Batman and tell him what he believes is going on. And while that's all happening, we do currently cut to Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon currently does sit at home, and she still has a lot going through her head. She feels angry. And Dick, he wants to talk to Barbara, but trying to console her about the guy she liked being the Red Hood whenever he's her ex, yeah, he's just gonna let Barbara have her space, especially because she's been pissed off. And Barbara does currently sit there. She knows what she told Jason. She told Jason what she had to tell Bruce. The rest of the Joker's evil act. He made her, well, scared for her very life. He made her think she was going to die. He made her think that her final moments will be spent filthy. And that's what Barbara, she's afraid of. She's heard about the recent news stories, and people are talking about it. People think the Joker might still be alive, and they're theorizing that he's scheming, making things, doing things, and it's actually sort of terrifying to her. Her security system is armed. No one can get in or out. And Barbara, she does just sit there on her couch. Her just going to binge some TV as she doesn't want to move. And there's where her phone is going to ring. And Barbara, she's going to answer it. Hello? Hey, Barb. Can we talk? What is it, Tim? I'm sort of busy. Sorry to say, but I don't believe you are. What do you want? Listen, I wanted to talk to you. It's about, well, tracking down, you know. I'm gonna hang up if you don't change the subject. Fine. Okay. There's a lot going on, and I'm hoping that I can get your help. What is it? I'm I'm trying to track down Bane. You're trying to track down Bane. Why? Because, I believe he's up to something. I've gotten word in the underworld that he's planning something and he ordered something, but I mean, do you really care or need a reason to punch something? Not right now, but I'd like to know why. I don't want to leave my place. And, well, you're scared. I'm not scared, Tim. Barbara, listen, no. We're gonna hang up. We're gonna turn and chuck her phone. And Barbara, she does go to sit there, hearing it hit against the wall. As she does, she's gonna sit there waiting. She can still hear that laughter in her head, and she doesn't like it. But then there's also her thoughts on Deku. He saved her life whenever she was going to die. He didn't have to. He could have killed her. So why is she still alive? Why is she still here? She just, she needs some answers. Her getting pissed off. As we do actually cut back over to Batman. Batman does pull up to a building, and he does see a lot about what's going on. As we do have where Bruce is going to walk inside. And the building, it does go to, after 2 minutes, go bursting into flames. As the Batmobile, it does still sit outside, empty. Now, we do actually cut back over to Deku. While this is all going on in Gotham on the same day, there is currently Deku. He is pulling onto a rope, as he does have a giant deer behind him. And he's trying to make sure that he can move the entire thing. As there is, he does come up to a spot where he has to set the deer down and then go to start tying it up. He wants to make sure he can get everything he does need, and he can toss out what he doesn't need to use. It'll definitely be something. And there actually is Rose. Rose, she does get to join Deku with her own catch. And the two, they do still make a competition out of it. Trying to enjoy the day. As somebody, they currently do go to observe these two. They sit back and watch. And there is where Deku and Rose, they do enjoy their time. They set up a tent, and they even talk some more. Even after they started the cooking process, they still chatted. And they had fun. It just seemed to be a good day. Deku was in a good mood, and Rose was happy. No Joker, no mention of him, no Talia, no mention of her, and the environment, just Deku sitting there and thinking. Just peace. Him looking down at his hands, as he does get to turn back towards the water bottle he has emptied. And then he just going to look back to his hands. He can still see the blood on them. I mean, yes, it's still kind of faded, but there's still blood on his hands. It's just making Deku think. Batman, everything he does, his ideologies, and the League of Assassin. I mean, the way Bruce treated him, and then the way Ra's al Ghul does treat him. Deku starts to think, and it does seem to be very odd. And Rose does pick up on Deku's demeanor. Yes, she's noticed that he's softer. No, he's calmer. It does make her question him. And after she does get her questions answered, Deku, he does try to tell her about a few things. His head feels fuzzy and confused, and he's not sure. He's thinking about his time as Robin a lot. And Rose, she'll try at least to tell him about him reflecting on it. She tells him about what happened. She tells him a few other things. And there actually is with the two, they enjoyed their day and also their night before heading back. And Izuku, yeah, he was quite satisfied with the day. It definitely was intriguing, and him and Rose, they fulfilled their agreement. In exchange, his freedom and a day together. As Deku, he does want to leave. However, there is Lady Shiva, who she's going to stop him, wanting to show him a few things. Since what he's already been doing in Gotham, it's made quite a bit of a commotion. Some people support the Red Hood. He killed the Joker. They had a family who died because of the Joker. And others, they're concerned. The Red Hood killed someone's father. He killed someone's mother. And there's a little boy out there without parents. He's heard that story before. Maybe he'll be Batman. Or Robin. Who knows? But what he's trying to do is make the city safer for people like that. People who lose their parents to criminals. If your parents are criminals, hey, let that be a lesson to you. Don't follow their footsteps. That on Deku's mind. But then there's also a few more things. As Deku to see evidence from Lady Shiva that the Joker he may have resurfaced in Gotham. But this time whenever he does hear Joker's name, he does get mad, yes. But he doesn't think he killed the clown. And Shiva can see it. Deku shows the expression of pure rage. But the way he acts, tamer? No. He doesn't believe that the Joker's alive. That in her head. She wouldn't believe it either. But then again, in a world like this, where people can come back from the dead, he shouldn't be so quick to say the Joker isn't permanently dead. And Deku just tried to tell Lady Shiva. The Joker's ashes were collected by Batman. His body was cremated, and he's fairly certain that those ashes were either scattered to the wind or it's buried somewhere deep in the Batcave. So, the idea of the Joker being alive again, it is supposed to be out of the question. But then again, the idea that somebody is trying to become the Joker, take on the man's madness, it isn't out of the question. The Joker is somebody you don't want to fuck with. And someone trying to be as crazy as him, trying to outdo him, he doesn't want to imagine it. Because how do you outdo what the Joker's already done? He killed a Robin, he hurt a Batgirl, traumatized her even, and he's even gone to such lengths to try and get the detective to kill him. But the only thing he could do next is destroy Gotham. Put it into a realm of chaos. I mean, kill a Batman? Kill the Batman. That would be the next step. Send the city into anarchy and force the heroes into fighting more. Push them past their limits. They're still human. They're not superhuman. So what does that tell you? It tells you quite a bit. And Deku, he does not like that. And we do actually cut back over to Barbara. As somebody, they're currently knocking on her apartment. And Barbara just sits there frozen. If someone's at her door, she's definitely pissed off. Her going to walk back into her bedroom and pull open a drawer. Her going to grab onto the handgun her father gave her in case of emergencies. And she does actually make sure this thing is loaded. Her going to reload the magazine before going to pull back the slide. And thinking about what she's about to do. Barbara walking over to her door with a gun in her hand. Her going to turn and look at the wall. As she's going to press a button that does activate a camera, showing her who's standing in the hallway. It looks to be... No way. Her going to turn and go to unlock the door as she's going to pull it open. Her security system immediately starting to blare. As she does going to turn and press a button. Her entering a code as she does then hear her phone ring. And there actually is where she was going to turn around and walk towards her phone. As Huntress makes her way into the apartment. Now, Huntress, she was going to close the door behind herself. Her trying to ask Barbara if she's all right. "Hmm, I'm fine, I'm fine. It's just a lot's happening. I heard. Have you been able to talk to Bruce?" "No, I haven't." "Why?" "I've been trying to talk to him all day, but he's not answering my messages. And I'm fairly certain he wouldn't block my phone number. I even tried contacting him on the personal lines you guys have." "Right. Um, sorry. I don't know. Have you been here all day?" "Yeah, I have." "So, when did you decide to get a gun?" "Hmm? Oh, this." Her putting the gun behind her back. Expressing. Her dad gave it to her. You know. And Huntress just doesn't want to have her expression soften. Her telling Barbara. She gets it. So, would she mind helping her look for Bruce then? And Barbara, she just won't go to agree. At least asking if they can call Kate. And make it a bit of a group assignment. To which Huntress does get to understand, nodding her head and expressing about what is going to be happening. And right now, we do actually cut back over somewhere else with the clown, Prince of Crime. The man sits there. He has a lot go through his head, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to laugh at. It was quite funny what happened to Bruce Wayne, or should they be calling him the Batman, as Joker just sit there walking around, expressing to the other Joker about what happened. I mean, he can't believe it happened. It finally happened. They killed the Batman, and all he did was walk through a door. Hmm? Oh, shut up. Do you know how angry I am at this? How are you angry? I'm angry. Shut up, you idiot. I told you, my scheme would have worked. It didn't work. You know why? Because the Batman slipped on a fucking banana peel. That wasn't even part of the plan. That was just something the idiots left behind. Do you have any idea how much this ruins everything for us? I know. The idea that the Batman died because of an accident was not something we needed. Do you understand how pissed off I am? I had that plan before, and it never worked. I had the idea for the roller skates and the barrel, or at least the wall of spikes and nails. And guess what happened? That turned out to be a bust. So how do we go forward with this then? Well, Gotham City is ours. And with our counterpart dead, I would hazard a guess to say that that boy, he definitely doesn't remember us. You're saying he doesn't remember? Are you sure? Fairly certain. He never came looking, right? Do you remember the expression on his face? How could I forget? The idea of him staring at 3 different Jokers was quite something, wasn't it? Of course, of course. Though we are going to have to hire some different goons. Get them to do quite a bit. And see what Batman will do. See if he's actually dead. Alright. Are you ready? I am. But this plan definitely needs a bit more work. This being where the Joker, he does get a turn. And he does get to make one simple phone call. Now, we do actually have back in Gotham, where a few people, they do get the go-ahead. They get the response they were waiting for. And there actually is Bane. Bane right now does get to launch an assault with some of his own men on the police department. And we do actually have Black Mask. Black Mask, he does gather large groups of men together. And he does inform them as to what he'll be paying them for this attack. Hell, bring him the head of a cop, and he might give them double. Just attack the police. Cause chaos in places where the police they either can't respond or they respond fast. Cause chaos in places where the police they can be spread thin and hit and taken off the map very easily. That's all they want. And the Scarecrow, even he does receive a phone call. And even the Penguin, he got the go ahead for this scheme. Because their idea was to put Batman to the extreme. Overload the man's payload for crime. And guess what would happen? Regular people would either start rioting in the streets or join into the chaos. And that's exactly what they wanted. We do actually have the Joker. The Joker currently is going to send out a live broadcast expressing about what is going to happen to Gotham. The Joker revealing his face as the man is standing there smiling, the sides of his head shaved, and his hair combed back and over with gel. Him smiling with a shit-eating grin and calling out for Batman. He wants Batman to join in the fun, try and stop them, see what happens, and, most importantly, come find him. And Joker, he made it quite easy. However, there actually is over Deku. Deku, he saw that broadcast, and that made him mad. He decided to return back to Gotham. But Shiva, she stopped him. He has already fulfilled much, and he should probably take a second to reflect. Try and find some peace. Calm down with the Lazarus. Make peace with it. And then return back to Gotham. Allow Batman to handle this. Right now, though, what he needs to do is quite simple. Be better. Train and more focused. He needs to hone his skills more if he is to properly become the Batman. And Deku doesn't understand. As Gotham, it's left without a protector in the cowl. And Nightwing, he does just step up. As so does the Bat family. Right now, many people, they try to help Gotham. But Gotham, it doesn't have a Batman. And the Joker, he's made his triumphant return. The Clown Prince of Crime. He wants pure chaos. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.